Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. I'm gonna finish up this Chibi Deku this week. It's Chibi Friday. I'm just waiting for the Twitch app to pop up the notification so I can see the chat on my phone. Oh, I thought that was it, but it was a different notification. Come on. Let's see. I wish it would pop up a little faster. It just takes it a few minutes. Come on. Bye, boo. Maybe if I click on that. Chatto. It says chat right there, so maybe that's it. How do I do this? I want to see my own thingy. Haha. There we go. Oh. It's hard because I still have my phone in Japanese for language practice, and I can't read very fast. Okay, so I'm going to get to start with my Copic swatch book. And let's see, so I've had the basic color for the skin, for the jacket, eyes, teeth, the buttons. So let's see what's next. Maybe the next color should either be the blue-green of the pants and the stripes on the jacket. There's only 3 colors left, so I'll start with the blue-green color. Here's the blue-green section. None of these are quite dark enough, though. Oh, a little something. But that is so blue. Maybe it would do if I put a gray layer down first and then layer a blue-green on the top. Maybe it would even work well. It's like this one is pretty close. So what if I layer it on top of the same color I used? I think I used the N3, neutral 3. So use cool for the eyes, warm for the teeth. Okay, so I'll get the N3 out and then get this BG18 and see how they work layered. N3, BG18. Okay, so first we'll do a little test swatch. Let that dry for a second. I'm gonna have a sip of my delicious cold brew green tea. I made it half strength this time to just see what it would be like. Not bad. It's just nice and light, like you would expect. I've been doing cold brew tea for, I don't know, maybe a week now. And it's really nice because then I have tea available all day long. So I try to drink a lot of water, but it gets boring to drink 60 ounces of water or whatever. So some of it I do tea instead. Especially after I read something recently. Oh yeah, I think this is going to be perfect. Layering this is almost the exact color I want. So yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'll swatch it here so I know. Anyway, I read recently that although tea does have caffeine, therefore it's a diuretic, the effect on your hydration level is so low that tea can basically count as drinking water. I imagine the higher the caffeine content, the less the hydration effect, the overall hydration effect. But so for instance, coffee, I still won't count coffee as water. in any case, because I don't take my coffee black, I always put cream and sugar in it. So I won't count it as drinking water. But with tea, I almost always have my tea plain. So to me, it's just flavored water. I got my nice 24 ounces of green tea next to me here. And that's the story of the tea I'm drinking today. Let's see. Oh yeah, and the pants. And doing the cold brew tea is super easy too. Oops, there's like a little... There's like some crusties on here or something. There we go. There. That's weird. Anyway, I've just been getting a gallon jug, fill it up with a gallon of water, and then, so for the light, like half strength tea I did today, well, I put the tea bag in last night and then I'm drinking it today. Just put 1 teaspoon of tea per 2 cups of water, so that basically comes out to 8 teaspoons of tea. And then if you want full strength, put 16 teaspoons of tea in a tea bag and let it sit overnight, and it'll have perfect tea for you in the morning. Okay, so his eyes are green, but they're the green of his hair. So this is good for his uniform. I'm so glad that layering worked so well. Okay, so oh, I need a pen to be able to write. I'll just use a regular old. Okay, this is N3 plus BG18. Now, should do the green of his hair. I'll save the hair and eyes for last, because it's like the biggest part, the biggest single area of color. So next, let's do the red. He has red tie and red shoes. And then he also has, the inside of his mouth is red-ish, but it's more like pink, so I'll do a different color for that. But his tie and shoes are bright, my favorite color of red, which I'm going to, with my sister's help this weekend, hopefully, try to dye my hair that color. Because my hair is finally lightened enough naturally that I'm ready to try some bright, pretty colors on there. I've been waiting for, I've had silver hair since I was a little kid, so my mom would always pull them out. I'm like, no, leave it. So I've actually been like planning it for decades of what exactly I'm going to do when my hair goes gray. And it's not even fully gray. It's actually a cool mix. Like, I've had people be like, oh, I didn't know your hair was graying. I thought you just, like, did highlights or whatever. I thought that was just your style. Like, yay, I'm so glad that my hair is just going in patches, so that it just looks like patches of highlighting or coloring or something. So I'm actually not seeing quite the red I want, but this is definitely the closest, this R29. So maybe for highlight, I'll start with the R27 so that I can go darker to the 29. Although, I don't know, maybe, because these are such small areas, yeah, I'll do R29 and then I'll just do shading with an even darker shade like this one, perhaps. R29. I'm not used to looking here at my phone, but it makes it so much easier. Actually, I'm going to adjust my monitor a little bit. So I've got my smaller monitor off to the side here, and so half of it right now is the reference picture for this. So it's much easier than having that super tiny in order to fit the chat window as well, the Twitch chat window. But I just keep looking over at the screen to the left, and then oh wait, I need to look at my phone to see if there's any chat. It's nice to have the versatility. Because most of the time it's fine just having the chat on the same screen as my OBS and my reference images or whatever, but sometimes I just want a little more room, or I have multiple reference images and so I need more space for them. Ah, yes, it's such a satisfying, lovely red. Shoop. And this was R29. So next, well, this is good, is mouth. It's actually more of a pink color. This tongue's like, yeah, we'll do this RV34 for the tongue, and then maybe, it is really dark. I don't know if I would, well, I'll start with the RV34. Got started streaming a little late today, but this Deku-kun pose is pretty simple, so I'm not too worried about being able, I think I'll be able to finish this today. And that'll be good because next week I have put it to my patrons so far. Well, I haven't checked today, but so far, as the last time I checked, only one person had voted, but I made a poll for my patrons to help me choose which animal to draw as a chibi starting next week. And then I will make it a postcard reward or a print if anybody signs up for the print tier. Let's see, RV34. So I definitely want to finish this today so that I don't have to divide up my time next week between an old and a new chibi drawing. Okay, I think that instead of going to this super way dark shade, I'll just go to so this is the red violet section, and I think I'll just go to a darker color in the red section for the more shaded part in his mouth, maybe even the same color here. Yeah, I'll do R59. On the reference image, the inside of his mouth is, I think it's black. It's pretty much black. But for me, I like to make him a dark red. Sort of give it the fleshy look of the inside of a mouth. Oh, yeah, that looks good. I might do a middle color if I think of it, or maybe I'll just use colored pencils to do a little shading on the tongue, but for now that's good. This one is R59. Bothers me having this little clippy just sitting around. There, I clipped it onto the thing that it goes with. Okay. Yeah. I think we're ready. We're ready for the main event. His giant hair. So it's like it's a darker green, but it's still pretty vibrant. Maybe not that vibrant though, so maybe It's like shaded in black. So it makes it look pretty dark. I'm trying to decide between G28 and G29. I'm gonna hold it up. It's hard. So I don't want to go too dark, but I suppose I can see the little black marks on the swatch book through this green, so yeah, just go for it. G29, that's the darkest one. I'm gonna have another sip. I haven't had much to drink yet today, and now that I have started, I feel very thirsty. Oh, yeah, I like this light, half-strength green tea. Okay, how am I gonna do this? This is so big. His hair is gigantic. Well, first I'll do the eyes, I suppose. And I'm just not going to color where I'm planning to put highlights. Oh, my throat just made a little gwee sound. Instantly makes it look like him. Coloring in the eyes, like, ooh, oh, there he is. It felt like it didn't look like him or something. Although I didn't have that feeling until after I put that. Oh, it looks just like him now. Okay. It's so fun. It's so fun to draw chibis. I submitted some images to the Children's Book Writers and Illustrators Summer Conference Portfolio Showcase. Oh, there's a little cat hair on here. And I made sure to include an example of my chibi work because I feel like it could do great as storybook illustration. So it would be wonderful if I could make some contacts and get some interest through that showcase. The chibi I picked was my most recent birthday soon dog, which, well, I think I finished it 2 weeks ago now. It's kind of hard to color this hair because my initial desire is to just use the chisel side of the marker and get it done faster, but then there's all these little pointy bits and it's hard to use the chisel to get precision, so then I've got to use a small one, and I have to think about which direction my strokes are going more because it dries faster if you use a small side. And I want to make sure to make my strokes the same direction the hair, if it was real hair, might be growing, so that even if my strokes are visible, which they definitely are, they will just add to the feeling of hair rather than being distracting. Rather than being distracting, I want the strokes to serve a purpose as well if I can't get around having them visible. So I think like right here, I'll do a big section of work using the chisel end. There we go. And then try to quickly get this with the bullet tip. Oh, it dried a bit. Dang. I was hoping that would work, but it's already dried. So there's a line here, so I'm gonna just do some whoop 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 so that it kind of blends in. Well, I tried. That's why it's fun to, well, aside from the fact that fan art is fun, but it's fun to do fan art sometimes just because it gives you a chance to experiment and you don't have to worry about, like, oh, it didn't work how I thought. Well, it's not a commission or anything, so no worries. You could just go with it and learn from it. Just have fun instead of feeling worried about whether your client will like it or whatever it is that you're doing. Yep, after that bit of experiment, I'm just going to have to do the whole thing in sections. Even these huge areas, because it's just not, can't do it fast enough. It's okay as we're getting farther back over here. This is where all the really pretty much black highlight, or not highlight, shadows on his hair. So a bunch of this is going to be covered up anyway. Oh, I gotta shift my position. My back is starting to hurt. Let's take this opportunity as well. Have a sip of tea and put on some chapstick. Ooh. Wow, the video on my phone of the live stream is quite far behind. I think it seems like maybe a good 30 seconds. Okay, getting back to his hair. Still have an hour and 15 minutes. So actually, at this rate, I might finish early today. Wouldn't mind finishing early because I did not get my workout in earlier. And it's the one that I skipped from yesterday, so I really want to do it today. I'll finish earlier, then I could have a little extra time to do my ring fit workout. I also didn't do my yoga either. Maybe I could start with my yoga program, get warmed up, and then do ring fit, work up the sweat. So I plan to have vegetarian chicken pot pies and Oatly ice cream for dinner and dessert, so I need to burn some extra calories. Although I was busy this afternoon, so I did not have my lunch. So maybe I don't need to burn extra calories. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. All depends on how much time I have once I finish this. Whew, almost there. Goodness. Almost there. Almost done. Wow, it looks so like him. Getting that green on there. I don't know for sure, but I think the kanji for Midoriya, this is Deku, Midoriya Izuku. I think the kanji for his name, Midoriya, is Green Valley. So, at the very least, Midori is definitely green. So it makes sense that he's a green colored character. G29. Okay. What do I want to move on to next? Guess I could just work my way up from the bottom. So that'll be red, and I use the R29. Now there is this R59, but I wonder if that's too big of a jump. Because this is R29 and this is R59, so this one would be more in the middle. I guess I've got both markers right here. I can just do a swatch real quick. Swatch test and see what it's like. Holy crap, this is like leaking all over the place. Wow. Okay, let that dry real quick. Okay, letting the marker dry is always a perfect opportunity to take a sip. My water bottle is the perfect color to contain green tea as well. Okay, that's probably good enough. Oh, this is the one I wanted. Now, let's see what it's like. And put a little... Oh, yeah, that looks good. So I'll just go boop. R59. Okay, so the light source here is just generally coming this way. That's good. And then his tie. It's got this really big floppy knot on his tie. And then I want to add extra shading to show that his head is casting a shadow around this part of his body. And then to make the tie a little more 3D, put a little shadow like that on it too. That's good. Okay, sweet. So all that red is done. And I think for the mouth I will just use colored pencils to add any additional shading or highlights. So let's go to this pants color. I used blue green 18 on gray. I don't think I will need more gray, but what's a nice... What is a nice shade shadow color. So BG18 is pretty much as dark as it gets in this section. I could, I don't know, maybe I should just, this seems darker, but it's also more vibrant, so it doesn't actually come across as a shadow color. I could look at just regular blues, I suppose. All very vibrant. I think maybe I will just use a gray and maybe add more of this on top. So I was using a neutral. So I'll jump to neutral. So N3, I'll jump to N5. Then I'll do the jacket while I'm at it because the jacket's using the same grays. This is where I'm doing my own shading because I'm showing the head hanging over the body, which is not what is happening in the reference image. The reference image is standard anime style proportions. I'm doing a little bit of my own shading because there's actually not that much shading on the jacket. This whole area here is just completely one-toned. So I'm going to do a little bit extra. Okay, that's good. So this is neutral 5. So next, what color was I using for the shirt? I cannot tell. I think I was using the same colors for the eyes. So that's C2. I'm gonna go at least one shade darker there. So we'll do C4. think I was using the same color for the white parts on the shoes too. Ah, yeah, that looks much better on the shoes. It really helps with the 3D look. This was C4. Alright, I've got to rearrange my stuff a bit because it's the amount of markers are getting a little unwieldy there. Okay, so next, I won't do any more yellow because this is so teeny tiny. If I just try to go boop, it'll probably just obliterate the yellow that I've already put, so I'll save that for colored pencil time. What's another? Oh, the skin tone. So, let's see. E00, it's under the earth tones. E00. So I think I'll go to this E13. It seems like a good jump from this to this. So E13. Oh, I'm starting to feel my lack of lunch. Stomach is getting hungry. Just put some tea in there for now. I'm doing my own thing a bit here because the head is a fairly different shape from the reference image just because of being a chibi. All shading for the hands and arms. Now I just want to get the E00 back out. I haven't used it yet today. Some areas I just want to, like on the hands, make a little bit smoother transition. Oh, I can do a swatch of this too. E13. That's good. Next, okay, so I've done the second level of color on the skin, the pants, the white parts of the clothes, the gray, red. I was gonna save the inside of the mouth for colored pencil time, so I think next is the eyes and hair. So it really is black in the reference image, so yeah, I definitely don't have a green dark enough to be like black, so let's just go for it. It's considering whether maybe I would want to do like a W10 or a T10, but what the heck, let's just go for it. Let's see. Special black. I never remember what the difference is supposed to be between black and special black. Special black looks a bit bluer, so maybe that would be good for the green hair. Let's do that. Number 110. Fallen X Phantom, welcome! Deku! Weep! Yep. Here he is. It was his birthday last week. That's why I started the little chibi. His birthday fell perfectly on my Chibi Friday live streaming day. So Fallon, how are you? Thank you for joining me. I can't remember if I've ever had you in my stream before. I'm very happy to have you. I have been talking to myself for the past 45 minutes. I always say how nice it is to have somebody to talk to. Aw, that's so cute. I had a cupcake and everything for him that day. Big fan of Izuku. Yep, he is my second favorite after All Might. All Might is like, I don't know. He's like my favorite anime character ever now. But Deku is next. And towards the beginning there, I was like, oh, why you cry all the time? Like, no, that's why he's great. I like that. Don't have to be a super tough guy all the time. Good, thank you. Thanks for the welcome. How are you? Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that you're good. How am I? Ah, I am looking forward to this weekend. I am gonna have my sister over and we're gonna do karaoke and just hang out for the weekend, and I'm gonna dye my hair for the first time. Well, not for the first time, but for the first time in a long time. I've been waiting for it to gray enough to just be able to naturally have light hair. It's not completely gray. It's like, I don't know, there's like long, it looks like highlights, but it isn't my hair going gray. So I'm gonna try to dye it like fire engine red. I'm so excited about that. Anime characters that aren't scared of showing vulnerability always end up thinking they're precious. Aw. Well, Deku is. I don't know. I'm not always, the main character isn't always my favorite, but, well, I guess he's still not my favorite, because All Might is my favorite, but still, yeah. I have not drawn any other character fan art from My Hero, except for All Might and Deku. They're the only ones. So, just showing that he's definitely my top faves. Top faves. Whew, it is hard to do this part of his hair. The marker, let me see if the camera shows it. The marker is, oh yeah, you can see it. It's like sitting on top of the paper. I mean, it's a cool effect, but it means that even though it's a black marker, I still have to be very conscious of the lines I'm making in order to make it still look like hair and not just be like random looking. Red is so bold, I love it. Yay! I thought I might post a pic on Twitter when I'm done. Red's my favorite character. Color. Red's my favorite character. What am I even saying? It's Friday. I'm tired. The week is over now. That's what I'm saying. Weird stuff comes out because I'm tired. Okay. I want to make sure not to accidentally color in sections that are helping show the volume of his hair even with this really dark shading. So I'm just drawing the little, like, I don't know what you'd call that, triangles? Sort of triangles. They're like roundy triangles. I'm drawing those so that I don't accidentally color in. Wow, I'm not even half done with the hair and it's already starting to look like him. Well, I guess it already looks like him, but I don't know. Every edition is like, ah, there he is, there he is. Okay, this is about where it's this big block of black shading in. So I'm going to just do a little line to mark it off. There. And it goes up, it sticks out like this. Oh, okay, it comes up between these two chunks of hair and goes down like that. And rip, and like that. Oh. Okay. Concentrating hard, trying to get this shape right. It's always nice because doing fan art like this is like, yeah, it's fan art, but I'm also like learning how it's like a master study. Figuring out how did they get Deku to look like Deku. Okay, I've almost got the outline done. Copic markers are so fun. Yeah, they're my favorite for Chibis for sure. Have you ever used Copics? Your comment makes it seem like you might have used them. Oh man, I'm gonna have to switch markers. This is totally drying out. Hold on, I'm still gonna be here, but I step over to the side real quick and get in my closet. I'm gonna see if I have a refill. Aha! Well, this is gonna be fun. I do have a refill. So I am going to refill this marker. Normally I would like wait overnight for it to soak in, but I don't want to switch which color of black I'm using in the middle of drawing this. Okay. This is why Copic markers are so cool to me. Well, aside from how nice they make the artwork, but I love that they're refillable. I just put little drops and keep spinning the tip around, and as I do that, then the part that I've spun around can suck up the ink, and then by the time I get back over there, it's probably absorbed it enough to take some more, and just keep doing that. And then as it gets full of ink, it takes a little longer for it to absorb it, and you can see that it's a lot more wet and glossy looking for longer. I don't think I've ever refilled a marker on stream before. I'm going to let this sit for a second with the cap on. And so, in the meantime, may as well do the, well, let me put this on here. I don't want to accidentally squeeze this and get a bunch of ink everywhere. May as well fill up the chisel end as well. Chisel end is always way easier because it's so much bigger. Although I did get some on my desk just there, so I'm going to make sure to clean that before I put the paper back over there so we don't smear it. I don't know if I can hold this up and then maybe you can see how cool it is when it... Come on, camera. Let's do this. Are you focused? Oh, yes, looks like it. See if it... Oh, if I hold it at an angle, then the highlight... Oh, it's not focused, though. There. Okay, here we go. Haha, cool. Looks like that worked. So you could see it go through the other side. Sucks in the ink. It's very satisfying. It takes a little while, but... And then ideally what I would do is wait overnight so that it can get absorbed fully into the barrel inside of the marker, but we don't have time for that right now. So I'll just let that be. And I'll put this to the side in case I need to do a little more. I need a little wipe so that I can get this drips off of the desk. I think I got some on my hand too. Yep, I did. I've never seen a Copic marker refilled. Didn't know that was a thing. Super convenient though in placing the... Yeah, I loved when I first found out about Copic markers like ages ago, and then it was like, oh, and you can refill them. I was like, yes, I am in, and I invested in like the whole set of these square... I don't remember what they call this one. It's just like their standard one, but it's like, yes. And now I've been slowly collecting one each of all the refills because I've had these for so long. I've had these for like a decade now. And they're finally, only within the last year or two, starting to get in sort of desperate need of refills. They've lasted a long time, even through long periods of not using them. Which with other markers I've gotten like from Art Snacks boxes and stuff, they, those markers will, I don't know, they just shrivel up and die if they're neglected and you don't use them. But not Copics, at least not the ones I have. Okay, I'm just wiping this with a tissue to get the rest of the moisture off so that I don't get my picture. Okay. Hooray! Alright. It's still a tiny bit. Where's my little hand fan? Just feels the tiniest bit tacky still, so I don't want to... Okay. Back to Deku-kun! Hopefully this refill job was adequate enough to finish his hair. Okay, so this is where it was. Let me double check. Okay, this is this, and then it comes out. Okay. Okay. So there. And then it's like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And it sort of comes up to 3. The rest, okay, where does this go? Okay, I get it. Like that and that. Okay, now I can more freely fill in the rest of the hair. As long as this doesn't dry out again. But it's feeling nice and juicy now, so I think it'll last me. And then after I'm done streaming, I'll fill it up some more so that next time I use it, it'll be super good and ready to go. Still coloring it in patches to keep that tousled look that he's got for his hair. Wow, I wonder if so that like sitting on the top instead of absorbing into the paper, the new sections that I just did, oh, it's not focusing. Come on, focus. And the new sections don't have that. So maybe that was part of it drying out for some reason. Gotta be careful and remember which of these markings are supposed to be filled in and which ones are supposed to be protecting a space from being filled in. Okay, this one. Since I had to take a little break to refill this marker, I might not have the extra time to squeeze in a workout after streaming after all. But it's okay. I still feel sure I'll be able to finish Deku today and not need to go to a part 3. The parts from the marker where it was before it looked dry and it's just sort of sitting on top. It's kind of sticky and it's getting on my hand. I'm going to try not to touch it because I don't want to smear it to other parts of the paper or something. Ah, I'm doing it anyway. Just said not to do it. I'm still touching my finger to the sticky parts. Okay, just try to color with my hand sort of up off the paper. Yeah, this is working much nicer now that it's been refilled. Didn't even notice before how slowly the ink was coming out. Makes sense in hindsight. Now, I think actually I'm going to make this a little higher in this part of the hair. going to go over these first parts again and see if... No, it doesn't look like it's gonna... I was hoping by going over these parts where the marker was drying, it would help smooth that stuff that's sticking on top, but no, it's still... That's just how it's gonna be. It has this interesting texture. Okay, next, there's some patches of shadows on this part of the head. Sometimes it's hard to tell what part of the hair I'm looking at. Okay. Almost got them all. I think there's just two more. One here. Oh, I'm getting so hungry. And one sort of like this. Wow. Oh, let's mark this. Special black, 110. Okay. It's like I'm considering whether to go a next level of shadow. I think for the pants at least I should, because the, let's see, I used N5. It's just not very dark. Maybe if I layer... PG09, blue green 09. Oh, what the heck? I'll give it a shot. BG09. This is always interesting when doing a Copic or any sort of limited color palette, even if like I have like 200 colors or something, but it's still limited compared to what you can do with digital coloring, and so it's tough to match colors. So what I'm seeing in this digital image, reference image, and try to match it with the colors that I actually have. Oh, it's definitely better. It's definitely better than it was. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yay. Oh, that's a million times better. I'm so much more satisfied by that. There. BG09. Still pretty different. In fact, quite different from the actual... Maybe it'll help if I go over with the other color one more time. So it's looking kind of like pale and not very vibrant. And I would like it to be a more robust looking color. Yes. So I'll leave that for now so that it can dry. I think I'll take it one more shade darker, but I want it to dry first. So next, I'm happy with the shoes. Shirt, tie, I think that's all good. His mouth is good. Skin. I think I will just use the same color to get some slightly darker areas like in the ear and along the hairline, and that's it. Yep. Maybe a little extra here. Right there. Good. So the only thing with the hair, I think I'll go over it one more time, because now that I've got the black areas marked out, I'd like to, I guess, redo or add more to the green areas, because it's not really, like these lines right here just look kind of meh, and I want to smooth them out a little bit. And I can work with the shape of the black shadows to make it more harmonious. Yeah, that's a good word for what I'm trying to do. Just make it a little more harmonious. Ah, yes. That's what I needed. Another layer of green. It's already looking much, much better. I'm actually going to leave those little forehead bits of hair. I think it looks nice having them a little lighter. Helps them stand out against the other hair, makes his head a little more 3D. Yay! Hey, looking really good. I'm just gonna do a little extra green around his pupil in the eye. Satoito, hi! How's it going? He runs. Yep. He is running off to be a hero. Here he is so far. I might be ready. I think I'll do one more layer of shading on the uniform, the gray and the greenish areas, but the rest I'm ready to move on to colored pencils. So let's just jump up to N7, the uniform. Cute little shoes. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with his shoes. They came out quite nice, I think. Okay. So I'm actually gonna increase the shadows here. And I'll just use the same one to darken the shadows on the pants as well. And 7. Now we'll go back to the N5 and no, I'll use the big end after all. Yeah. Oh, that's better. And go back to N3 and smooth it out. Yay! Okay. Done with markers, but I'll keep them out so that I can take a picture at the end. It shows all the stuff I used. So now I need colored pencils. Colored pencils. Hopefully I can get by this time with just my smaller set. Just takes up way less room. I need, oh, I've got a pencil sharpener right here. Okay, good. I'm thinking about what I want to do, because this is the point where I'm departing from the reference image, because it's just an anime picture, so it's not super detailed. So I'm thinking about what I want to do. I think, well, there's no gray in here. Maybe I'll just use the white. This one is smooth the eye a little bit, where I've got this shadow on it, and the eyeball itself. Smooth it out using white colored pencil. Yes. And his shoes never look particularly shiny, so I think I'm just going to leave them. Maybe I'll do a little bit of white on there. But just in colored pencil, not in gel pen. Ah, yes, that looks good. Looks good. And I'll do the same thing with his tie. Sort of emphasize the way it's like folding, flying up and folding up. And also make it look a little more 3D, a little more interesting. Okay. I'm just looking at the picture and seeing. I think I'm happy with how the body is looking for now. I'm gonna add my favorite purple into the shaded areas, but I'll do that last. So next is a skin, making it a little smoother in the transition between the light and dark areas. And also trying a little bit to cover up the area where I accidentally smudged the black ink. I think for that I'm mostly just gonna have to use Photoshop to clean it up after I scan it. It's a slightly darker color where I layered the marker a bit. There, that's pretty good. Oh yeah, I wanted to give some shading to the tongue. Maybe I'll use this. Ah, yes, perfect. Okay, next, adding some pink. Also one of my favorite things, add pink to the skin. I'm going to start with a more subtle, lighter pink that matches the skin tone. Ah, it makes it look so cute. A little bit on the hands too. You can barely tell, but just a tiny bit on there. And then I'll go to a more distinctive cartoony pink. Yes, I love this part. And then I'll just do a tiny bit of a really, really vibrant pink, but not too much. Don't want to overdo it. I'll even use this lightest one to tame it and smooth it out. Yes. There's his little cute pink chibi cheeks. Chibi cheeks. Okay, what else? I think the only thing left is my favorite little add a little purple. Add a little purple to the shaded areas. Always makes it so much more interesting. The blush is so smooth. Thank you. Yep, use the light. Lots of light pink and keep smoothing it out. Yeah, man, looks good. The only thing I am gonna get my bigger colored pencil set out because I really want a gray to smooth the eye color out more. The not the iris. The the white, the white of the eye. So let's see. Cool gray. Yes, this is what I want. little cat hairs getting on the page. Well, no you don't. It's trying to fall off the desk and make a huge mess. This is why it always takes so long making chibis, because I can't help it. Can't help doing these little details. No, not falling off of the desk and making a huge mess. Okay, I have to call it good. That's good. That's good enough. Just set this here. Now I just need a white gel pen for the finishing touches. White ink pens. Here we go. Thinking about what size I want. I guess I'll just go with a sort of medium. Oh goodness, this freaking black ink. It's smudged as well. Well, I'll just have to fix that digitally as well. For now, I'll just try to tap the ink on. Make it as nice as possible. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then I like to do a little tap of highlight right on the reddest part of the cheeks. Oh, and I wanted to do tiny little highlights on the buttons to show that they're shiny. What else? Maybe the tongue. Since it's a chibi, I'm gonna give him little extra highlights in his eyes. Oh, yep, it makes it so cute. Maybe little extra ones. It's freaking adorable. Okay, and then I was thinking, even though his hair does not have highlights at all in the reference, I'll just do my own thing and give him a little bit. Line here and there. Okay. Whew. I think I'm done. Slightly early, not as early as I thought, but I had to take some time to refill that marker mid-drawing, so I think it's alright. I need an art pen to do my little signature in here. Let's see. Black pen. There we go. This will work. There. All done. Well, except for some digital cleanup later. But as far as the physical media goes, here he is. Oh, little Chibi Deku. Whee! Pew, 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 pew. Ah, he turned out so cute. I am so happy with this. Okay, that is it for Chibi Friday this week. Fabulous. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yay. I've never done Chibi Deku before. Now he's in my collection. A little personal Chibi collection. Okay. I'm gonna call it good here. Thank you for watching.